Welcome back to Star Rupture. I am Saxon Wine with SC Haulers, and I'm primarily a Star Citizen content creator doing industrial work, but I recently got into Star Rupture and I posted a few videos about it, but I was really just kind of confused about everything. So if you're watching the series, I have gone through and redone a lot of stuff, and we're going to get into most of it later on. But if you remember, this whole setup was not here before. And then I also have a setup over here and one over here and one way farther over there. There's a lot of stuff we got to get into. Okay, so first to update everybody, we have gotten most of the, well, I guess we've gotten all the companies to level 5. Well, we got these 3 to level 5: Future Health Solutions, Selenium Corporation, and Moon Energy Corporation. We have Griffiths and Clever Robotics up to level 4. And level 5 has some really cool like multi-rails and rail modulators for Clever Robotics, which is something I really want to get into. And then nothing too exciting for Griffith's Blue Corporation, but I do want to get to level 6 for the defense turret. Now, in my exploration, I found that as we start setting up locations up farther north here, we're going to have to build like this place right here. I'm going to need defense turrets. Like, it's going to be a thing. So that is where we're at currently. And that's just catching things up. So I think we're in a good spot. We could use the helium extractor, but I think what we really want to do in this one is, although that would be really good to get to level 6 for the base core capacity, or the core amplifier, excuse me. But first things first, we need the multi-rail. And the reason I want the multi-rail is because these rails are a hot mess right now. So I'm hoping that the multi-rails will help out with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we actually have going on right here. So we've consolidated our 3 titanium nodes here and our 3 wolfram nodes, and we are bringing them together. We're bringing them together out here for, construction of different pieces, right? Currently, I have the fabricators making wolfram wire, and they're not hooked up to anything. This one is down here. We also have a furnace that is outputting the wolfram powder, and then that is, or was, going into the cargo launchers. And then same thing over here. We have a bunch of inventory over here, and these are getting put into a line way down here, which we will go to that area next. So we got our cross-country walk or run, whatever you want to do. And we just have more titanium nodes set up over here on this cliff face. So we have 4 nodes set up over here. They're all impure. And for those of you that have pretty much sped run this entire thing, you would know that these are impure anyways. But okay, so we have our titanium coming through, and they are making titanium bars and going into the fabricators and making titanium sheets. And then the sheets are being sent over here into storage, and also into storage again, and just being rerouted different directions. And then coming all the way over here. And so our titanium beams are being combined with our titanium sheets into the furnace to make titanium housings. The titanium housings are then being stored into these 2 locations, which is fantastic. So now that we have a full setup getting on, let's show the other two locations first that I have going. One of them's not as important right now anyways. Maybe with a further build, from what I can see, maybe with a further build it will become more important, but it was important early on. I might just tear it down for the resources, but I'd have to look into it. Okay, so I have more extractors over here, or excavators over here with the wolfram ore. 4 total, or is it 5? Yeah, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all impure, and they are going through, I mean, different locations for different things, but as of this moment, we were just collecting wolfram ore, and we have plenty of power down here from the solar panels. Nice little house just for us to live in. So this is just a backup area if I need more wolfram ore for whatever reason. And I have plenty of offshoots of places I can store it. Over here, I believe this is my calcium farm. And calcium, this is why I said I might tear it down, but calcium seems to not be used early on or later on as much as it was early on. It's just weird because you have these big calcium nodes and not very much to craft with it. So for instance, you can craft calcium blocks. And then with those calcium blocks, you can make, oh, this was a cargo launcher actually. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that calcium blocks can really make outside of what you needed to do with the cargo launcher initially. And that might change later on, but from what I could tell, it doesn't appear to have anything. But that's basically what this is. Got a little house up here, and then... Oh no, we gotta go. Oh, but we did get more solar, or we got wind turbines here. And so now our, I think it was 18 solar power generators we had has been decreased down to just those 4, but we've increased our capacity for power at this main base. The power's been increased up to like 800, I believe. Okay, so let me give you a tour of the place real quick. I think this is just an observation deck. Yeah, just an observation deck. We go into the back here, we have our storage area. So we have plenty of storage pods here, which that is one thing I'm looking forward to, is getting more storage pods, or the big storage thing. We have our basic item printer here. We have our analyzing station. We have our recipe station, our equipment upgrade station, and this is pretty much our crafting room. That's what I designated this as. We also have a door going to the back there. We come to the back side, go through storage. This has not been assigned yet, but then we come back here and this is our body and health center. And so here we can use the LEM station to upgrade our body essentially. And then obviously our regeneration chamber. This is where we respawn. So that is the interior of the base. Okay, so what we're going to work on this episode, now that we've caught everybody up on what we're doing, where we've explored, stuff like that, the first thing we're going to do is get this multi-rail system and then hopefully get the rail V2. Now, the rail V2 is going to be important once we get into nodes that are not impure and be able to move more cargo more quickly. It could be useful now, especially if I have a bunch of like smelters moving out a bunch of ore and it's all being consolidated into one spot. So the rail V2 will be super nice, but I want to get the multi-rail for organization purposes. So our first thing that we're going to do is titanium housings. We have those in the works at our facility across the way. What we need to do is get our copper location over there working on wolfram plates. So that's going to be our first step. Actually, we may be able to just reassign these smelters to making the plates, or is it the furnace? Is it the furnace that makes the plates? Titanium housing. Okay, so this requires plates. This requires the Wolfram plate, so I would assume that this does it. What makes the plates? Is it the fabricators? It is the fabricators. Okay, so we can get these going on making plates. Clever Robotics, we will choose these. How many of those do we need? 17,600. Oh, but it is giving us 12 points per, right? So let's pull out the handy dandy calculator. Divided by 12. So we're going to need 1,466, 67 of these. All right, let's go do the same thing for the housings. Okay, cool. So we have our housings. We just got to put the orbital launch platform down. Get a rail going from here to there. E to use. Then that. So another 17,600 divided by, what was that, 36? 35. So 502. So, I mean, between both of these, we should be in a good spot. All right, so I need to go take my daughter to volleyball practice. And so we are going to leave this here. I'm going to go sit in my little shelter. And hopefully by the time I get back, that'll be done. So we will see you then. Okay, so we are back and the Clever Robotics is done. So Clever Robotics is now level 5. And I'm just checking the inventory of the housing. We need to do Griffiths. And so I need to set up another. I have a lot of materials going into this storage depot. And so I want to set up more cargo launchers. Okay, so we're just going to set one up like right over here. And we're just going to leave 2 here for the moment. Set that for Griffiths. Oh wait, I think I did the wrong one. There we are. Okay. Now we're good. Let's head back over to the main base and we will set the cargo launchers over there to Griffiths as well. Okay, so it just dawned on me as I got over here, I don't actually have any cargo launchers that are available, or any, I'm not manufacturing anything currently on this side that can help with the Griffiths research, because I have bars here, which are going over to the housing plant across the way. And then on this side, I have rods. So I need to redo some of this, and that is what we're going to work on here. We're going to get the fabricators for the titanium, for the three of these fabricators over here. We're going to get them working on titanium sheets. Okay, so we're just going to change this over to sheets real quick. Oh no, it's not these ones. We need the other 3. Why did I make it like this? See, this is why I need the rails. Okay, so we're just going to put a storage depot here, and then we'll put some cargo launchers next to it as well. I'm just looking back at this, and that looks so bad. But also, why is there nothing going into the storage depot? Okay, so let's start with redoing these rails, because that just looked horrid. So you there. And let's put you here, then connect you to the storage depot, and then we're good. Now let's find out why we're not getting any housings. Titanium bar, like it's feeding the bars into here. Huh. Well, the last two I get because it still had rods in the output. That first one though only had, like, it was fully empty, so I don't understand why it wasn't getting fed bars until I opened it the second time. Anyways, so that is all set up. Although I am concerned that, now that I think about it, we may have a bottleneck right here. I might have to separate these three into just all in feed into the storage depot because it's bottlenecking. Which, if I want to set up multiple cargo launchers, that's not going to be very good. For now, we'll just set one up and get this running because technically it is running. We will then... No, that's not going to work. I have to redo it right now. Okay, so I just went with a basic, like, each one is inputting into the storage depot. Unfortunately, I don't have the V2 rails yet, so I can't use the multi-rail thing. But I am happy with this. It's working, it's functional, it's feeding into the storage depot. Now we just need to set this up for Griffiths. And I just noticed that Clever Robotics is still going up. Did I forget? I might have set one of the other things at the housing location, the housing plant, titanium housing plant. I think I have one of the cargo launchers set up for Clever Robotics still. So, yep, look at the logo on the side. This one's still Clever Robotics. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap this over to Griffiths for titanium housings. And let's take a look at the storage of this, actually. We have 100 in here. We have 100 in here. What is the... It looks full. It is almost all the way full. Okay, so we're going to build more cargo launchers. Oh, that's right. I went and collected my multi-rails. This might be a good opportunity to get the multi-rails in there. But this is... I produce one every 2 seconds for titanium housings. Both of these storages are full. How long does it take to send one of these up? Okay, I'm going to count here. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Probably about 6 seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7. Okay, roughly around 6 seconds. So I can, if I'm producing one every 2 seconds, that means I can set up 3 cargo launchers and be efficient with the rails that we have. Potentially 4. Like, my
I wish it would tell us how much cargo it can launch at a time, but it is what it is. So we're gonna rework this a little bit, see if we can get our multi-rails like working properly. Maybe not because we don't have the V2 rails, but we might be able to make it look nicer. So let's get over to that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this cargo launchers over here, and I need 3. Oh, I don't have enough building materials. Oh, but I can just pull the one from over there and put it over here. Okay, so let's just... Oh, I picked the wrong one as well. I needed the monorail thing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? We should put the middle one on the one I just placed down. Because then once I pick up that other depot, I will put it on the left side there. And that would look much better. Okay, let's set these 2 Griffiths. And there we go. That's 2 out of the 3. Let's go grab this other storage depot here. And we will set it down. I said storage depot. I meant cargo launcher. And then rail. Set it to Griffiths. And then boom, we're good to go. Look at that, look at that. Now I'm curious if this is gonna actually like... Okay, so we're just gonna put these housings inside that were in there previously. That should set it up to 100. And the rest of these should be backed up, just like that first one is. We'll see what happens though. We'll come back to that later. Okay, so I just want to take a look at the corporate terminal again and see what we can do in the future here. We are going to get our war bond for Griffiths, which is going to give us the ability to unlock another weapon. But then do I go to Clever Robotics again or something else? Oh, but we also need to make building materials. We're just going to take some of this. Then we're going to take some of this. Then we're going to come over here and craft some of this. A lot of this. And that is just under 3,000. Fantastic. So we should be good for a little bit. Okay, so I had to AFK for a little bit, but a rupture did hit while we were gone. And there's something specific that I wanted to share with y'all. And like I've said previously, if you sped run through Star Rupture, you already know this, but I am just finding this stuff all out for the first time. There is a particular thing, and I saw it out the window there, but as the rupture hits, basically the blast of the rupture interacts with the wolfram like ore balls that are on the ground, and it gives you this material right here. Now, I don't know what this is used for, but the only time that you can get it is when the rupture happens, like right after the rupture happens and you're able to go outside, right? So you can see all these ore balls on the ground, and it's called ignitium. And like I said, I don't know what this is used for, but the only time you can get it is right after the rupture happens. So I've been collecting it just because I don't know what it's used for. I imagine it will be used for something, but we will see. So we were kind of just walking around looking for more ignitium, and I found a geoscanner, which I hadn't gotten yet. So the way these work is you just walk up to them and you press E, or whatever controller button it is. And the ground will start shaking as it starts scanning and stuff, and then you'll have to go into combat. And previously, off camera, I had explored and got blueprints and other things, and I unlocked the pistol and the assault rifle. I actually prefer the pistol over the assault rifle. So, oh, and look at that. Our Griffiths is done. So after we get this geoscanner, we can head back and redeem that, and then figure out what we're going to do for next video. So when you get those blue guys, make sure you have to prioritize them, because if you go into that cloud that they lit off, you will get infected. It will affect your vision and stuff like that. And they are also like kamikazes, so they will run up right next to you and just blow themselves up. So you have to prioritize that. You can't let them get around your buildings too often, because it will infect the building. And maybe we can show you that another time, but prioritize the blue guys and stay out of their gas. Ooh, and this is what it looks like too. Now that just makes your vision blue, but once you get infected, you have different effects. So you can see my vision is all kinds of jacked up at the moment. But our geoscan is done. You can see we have a giant circular area on the map. I have that. Yeah, so you can see just the giant circular area, and it reveals all sorts of cool stuff, like bodies that you haven't seen before, or monoliths, or anything that's in the area. Drone wrecks, that's a good example too, but plenty of stuff to find in these areas with different types of loot on them. So I really need to figure out what these monoliths do. But let's head back to base and redeem our Griffiths and our war bonds, and we will go from there. All right, fantastic. There's Griffiths. Claim our war bonds. Okay, so we're gonna have to go. We'll do that later. I think Clever Robotics is going to be our first move. That way we can consolidate a lot of our rails into the mono rails that we had, or the tri rails. So I think Clever Robotics is going to be our first play next video. Griffiths we don't really need at the moment, but the defense turret is going to be important for outside bases. The helium-3 extractor we're going to need. We're going to need that. The food station we don't need per se, but we do need it. Inventory upgrade would be nice too. Raw consumables. That large habitat though, I would love to have that. So maybe we go with Clever Robotics and then Selenium again up to level 7. But the thing about it is, generally from what I've seen so far, they want you to level up all the companies together because they kind of correspond with one another. And I don't know, part of me wishes that they would give you the capability to like level these up individually. And if you want to go one path rather than another with a different corporation or whatever the case may be, you could do that. But unfortunately, it seems like you need one corporation. Like the moon energy, you need the different power plants in order to increase your power capacity. Technically, you don't. You could just build like 500 solar panels, but anyways, I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to do Clever Robotics for the rails, and then Selenium Corporation for the helium-3 extractor and the large habitat. So that being said, I am going to get out of here for this video. I appreciate y'all for watching, and we will get into the next one here soon. I should have another Star Rupture video next week, and we will go from there. So thanks for stopping by. I'm Saxawine with SC Haulers. Be sure to join my Discord at discord.gg/SC If you like this kind of content, I would appreciate it if you hit that like, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see whenever I post new videos for either Star Citizen or Star Rupture, be sure to hit that notification bell so you can know when I post one. Outside of that, y'all have a good one. Love you, bye.